going into week 4, the Buffalo Bills get their first bye week out of 2. Week 4 is the first bye week against the Houston Texans. It's kind of just a practice game. You know, we're getting warmed up for the Chiefs, the Titans, and whoever else is after our actual second bye week, which is week 7. We're going to win. The only question I have is by how much.
And now the Bills are on the rise again.
It is pandemonium. It is fantastic.
Alrighty, folks, welcome back to another episode of Good Neighbor Sports. As always, I'm your host, Austin Hinton, and if you're new here, we talk Buffalo Bills football, so if you like that kind of thing, leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, and yeah, let's just get right into it. So one of, if not the best team in the league, and the Buffalo Bills are taking on the one of, if not the worst team in the NFL, which is the Houston Texans. They're a dumpster fire of an organization right now, and the Buffalo Bills have a very lopsided matchup this week. So the way I'm kind of perceiving this week is kind of like a practice game to get us ready for the Chiefs, Titans, and whoever else we got after our week 7 bye. And, you know, this video is kind of difficult to make because generally I have some like matchup things to talk about. You know, some things that'll be kind of interesting to see. The only thing I'm kind of interested to see is like Brandin Cooks against our secondary. That's about it. I mean, Davis Mills isn't the best, so I don't really see him giving us too much of an issue. So a lot of times these videos are full of things that the Buffalo Bills need to address in order to win the game, or some things that we want to see out of them going forward. This game, not so much. It's just a super lopsided game. As of right now, making this video, the Vegas odds are giving Buffalo a 16.5 point favorite. And honestly, if I was a betting man, which I am, and I'm probably going to do this, I'm going to probably smash that spread. The Buffalo Bills are going to win by at least 20. And hopefully they win by at least 3 touchdowns. But man, and I don't even think they're going to give up too many anyways. But there is one thing I really want to see from the Buffalo Bills this week. And one true mark of a good team, a great team like the Buffalo Bills, is that they crush teams that they're supposed to crush. They defeat the living crap out of bad teams. And the Texans are a horrible team, and we should be destroying them. And if we don't destroy them, if we only win by maybe 1 or 2 possessions, that's a kind of a red flag right there. That just means there's some things that we got to check on. And I think one big thing from last week, let's go back to last week against the Washington football team. One thing, you know, you look at that game and it seems like everything was just firing on all cylinders. Our offense was relentless. Our defense was a brick wall. It was a good game, all phases of the ball except maybe that one special teams blunder, which seems to be a persisting issue. I hope it's not a habit. Anyways, the one thing from that game that was kind of a problem was Cody Ford. Most of the pressures that came to Josh Allen, which he was the most pressured quarterback that week in all of the NFL. It's hard to say, or it's hard to fathom because of how poised he was in the pocket and how surgical he was with the football. But he was pressured more than any quarterback that last week. And I think, actually, I know the biggest problem causing all of that was Cody Ford. He's not doing so hot. So this week, hopefully, we're able to, you know, spritz some soapy water on this tire and see where the bubbles are coming from and patch that up quick before we deal with the Chiefs and the Titans. And so another thing I'm thinking about going into this Sunday matchup against the Texans is, do we bench any starters? Do we give them some breaks? Do we give anybody a rest up before we deal with the Chiefs, Titans, whatever? I've heard somewhere, I don't know where I was watching this, but they were talking about maybe giving Jordan Poyer a little bit of a break, putting someone else out there in the safety position, because I think he's a little worn down right now. He could use some rest going into some actual important matchups. Do we move Cody Ford around? Do we pull him back and give someone else a little bit of a look at right guard, or just bounce people around in the offensive line or our defensive line? Who knows? Do we give some corners some looks to see what kind of depth we have at corner? Do we give Kumaro some runs out there at wide receiver? I don't know. Let's get freaky with it. Let's do some weird stuff. Let's completely throw. We don't want to, you know, throw the whole kitchen sink at the Texans because we don't need to. We can do that against the Chiefs or Titans. I'm saying it too many times and I'm going to stop. But we don't need to give it our A game. We don't need to throw our whole playbook at the Texans and show the rest of the league what we have up our sleeve. Let's do some weird stuff, Who else can throw the football besides Josh Allen on the team? I mean, obviously, maybe we can put in Mitch Trubisky for a little bit. But I'm thinking some flea flicker fun stuff and have Josh Allen catch the ball. I don't want him getting hurt or anything on those kind of plays, but let's have some fun out there. Let's put in some new players. Let's do some weird stuff and just see what we can do. But obviously, don't make that a problem in the fact that, maybe the Texans take advantage of all that weirdness and pick us off for 3 pick sixes. That would be probably the only way I could think they beat us this week, is just some absolute garbage decisions by some players, and the Texans somehow take advantage of it. I don't see that happening. The Buffalo Bills are a great team, and like I said, great teams have to crush horrible teams, and that's what's going to happen this Sunday. So it's going to be kind of like a lame game to watch. I'll be there, obviously, but, it's going to be raining. The weather might play a little bit of a factor. And if you got fantasy, and also it's going to be a rainy day. So running the ball is probably going to be more common this week. So, yeah, Zach Moss on fantasy, I think, is a good sleeper option. Anyways, we're not a fantasy show. We don't really talk too much about that, but I just wanted to throw that in there because I got him in one of my leagues. But to be honest with you, this is going to be kind of like a short, lame video. I don't really have too much to add because it's kind of a no-brainer. The Buffalo Bills are going to beat the Houston Texans. One horned animal versus the other. The Buffalo is going to win against a cow. That's just how it goes. So yeah, that's all I really got for you guys today. This has been another episode of Good Neighbor Sports. As always, be good to your neighbors and go Bills.